I'm Randy Cohn. I'm the co-founder of Santa Barbara Trapeze Co. Most of what I focus on is the brand building and the community partnerships that we work on as a company. Over the last year or two, we've really taken a big leap and made it a big emphasis for us to work with as many nonprofits in town as we can, amplifying their message, raising awareness. We hope that this is the first of many. Guys, thanks so much for doing this with us. I'm really excited. This is one of your, first big brand activations on the West Coast. We'll start with Christian, go to Tim. Let's just introduce ourselves, say what our role is. From your perspective, what's exciting about the partnership or the first collaboration that we're doing together, and then we'll go around and we'll answer another question. Sound good? All right, Christian, you first.
I'm Christian. I am patient number 1 of GoinWell. I am the first success story and a serious advocate. I turned to John to, kind of give me an option because I was out of them. So that's what GoinWell is all about. We, there's all sorts of treatments out there that people just don't know about, and especially the people that are in a really, really tough situation without options. I'm living testament that this stuff works and there are other options. So that is the most important thing to me, letting them know that there is an option and there's someone living that can tell you about how it works and what to do and guide you.
Thanks, Christian. You want to tell us before we move on, like your patient number 0, right? Tell us about GoinWell. Tell us, from your perspective, your 3 or 4 main things you're hoping to achieve with this community-driven organization and cause-driven organization.
First of all, yes, patient number 0, we were coming in out of options, no idea where to go. Luckily, I had John there who loves research and can stare at a computer all day. So I had that in my corner, and that's really what there's no way that I could do these treatments and research and keep it, with where my mind was at the time. And we, learned along the way, but there was someone like me that I could just reach out to on day 1 and, ask, what did you do to cure yours? That would save John thousands and thousands of hours of research. And that's what we're here to do, and spread the awareness, let them know there is an option. They might not even know it. I don't think there's anything more powerful than having a survivor tell someone, talk to someone that was in their shoes 2 years prior, 5 years, whatever. Tell them exactly what you did, step by step. Here are the doctors I met. It doesn't get any easier than that. Not saying it's easy at all, but in terms of getting a game plan together, hearing someone who did what you want to do is the way to go in my mind.
If you would have discovered something like this going down the rabbit hole, right? It could have provided you a ton of reassurances that there was a light at the end of the tunnel. And so as a survivor, you're blessed, right? So being able to give other people access to this information, exactly. Hopefully your content becomes a repository for other people in a tough situation like that.
Exactly. And it all starts with awareness, just letting people know there is an option. And once they find out there is an option, what better place to start than this?
Super cool. Tim, why don't you go next?
Yeah, totally. So I joined GoinWell. I've been friends with John and Christian for a long time, but what really inspired me to join was seeing the power that John's research gave to Christian, and also how hard it was for that research to be found. It took thousands and thousands of hours to get the type of research done that Christian needed to be able to heal from his disease. And for most patients, they aren't lucky to have someone in their corner who's able to do that type of research. So that's where I see a huge opportunity for GoinWell. It really gives you that first step. The patient has to run with it from there, but that first step is so much. It gives you that impetus, it gives you the motivation, it sort of gives you the hope that there is something else. These survivors are able to give them exactly what they went through, find that motivation, give them the information, give them the playbook, and sort of let them run with it from there. So there's such a movement now towards natural, towards holistic options for treating all sorts of things. But people don't really know where to turn for that first step. So that's what we're trying to do. And that's what I'm excited about.
Thanks, Tim. What about you, John?
Yeah, hey guys, John Hegarty. I'm Christian's older brother, and a lot of the inspiration behind taking this holistic approach. You know, when we were going through it with Christian, his doctors at one point told him that he was basically out of options and that the last chemo drug that he could do wasn't going to work. And so it took a lot of courage for him to buy into something that potentially doesn't seem as proven or as scientific. But we really just, had faith, had courage, had belief, and went down this rabbit hole and said to ourselves, we're going to do whatever it takes to get to the other side. And along the way, we learned so much. And every day we learned more and more of what we wish we knew at diagnosis. So that's really the impetus behind GoinWell, is to empower that patient at diagnosis with a survivor who's been in their shoes, who's taken this approach, who has this information that is otherwise very hard to find, and potentially, really make a game-changing impact on their overall prognosis and outlook.
Thanks, Sean. Shane, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Shane Weaver. I'm one of the co-founders of Santa Barbara Trapeze Company, and I guess like the chief people officer. I am involved with a lot of the events that we do, the community events. And when Randy spoke to me and brought up the idea of doing an event with GoinWell and the premise behind that of a holistic approach to recovery, especially when things are looking dire or there's not much hope, it's really cool to work with a group and an organization that is challenging the norms or challenging how the traditional route that we deal with. We deal with the diagnosis that Christian had, but also life in general.
Cool. The most meaningful activations that we do are when we get to work with organizations that provide health literacy. GoinWell seems like it really has a lot of potential to do all of those things, providing a repository of information, but also to help people with this health literacy in a time when they need it most. It just seemed like a no-brainer to help them amplify their message on the West Coast, giving people a transformative experience where they can feel proud, they can feel accomplished, they can feel seen, supported, and celebrated by the people around them, is sometimes a catalyst to make real change for the better in people's lives. Tim, how can people in our community or anyone watching this video series, how can they support you?
Yeah, totally. So GoinWell is entirely donor funded. That makes it fully free for the patient. So no cost at all to get a video, get support from GoinWell. And that's made possible by donations. So obviously an easy path to help GoinWell is by donating. We're a 501c3 charity, 100% tax deductible, everything like that. But yeah, the biggest things we're trying to do is really just grow the message and count on the value that is being provided by GoinWell. These survivors are providing a service that is very niche to their patient, and it's so hard to get anywhere else other than really finding another survivor, which is difficult to do, especially if you have a more rare form of cancer. So we're trying to really build that connection, allow people to find people in their same shoes and grow from there and follow their own health journey in the way that they want to. You
mentioned that website with products to make people more comfortable as they're going through treatment. Can you tell us a little bit about that so people keep you in mind? And it's another way to support you, right?
Yeah, totally. So within the GoinWell organization, we have a website called North Star Grounding. So grounding is just the practice of contacting the Earth's surface. We don't feel it every day, but the Earth's surface has electrons, has energy, and historically humans have always walked barefoot on the Earth's surface. It's so easy to do. Basically, you can get a pillowcase or a bed sheet that you put on your bed. It connects to the standard outlet in your wall. Any home has the standard outlet. And that grounding piece of the standard outlet connects to the earth. And therefore, when you sleep, it's basically you're sleeping on your pillow, but it's like you were sleeping on the bare earth. So if you've ever noticed how good it feels to just walk with your shoes in the bare grass, that's sort of the feeling of grounding or earthing. And you get that when you sleep. on one of these pillowcases or sheets. So yeah, for every pillowcase or sheet that someone buys, we donate one to a cancer patient. And it's all part of GoinWell, all driving money that sort of fuels what we can do with providing these free services to cancer patients. Yeah, appreciate any support there, and it's big in helping us help more cancer patients.
So really, it's like you're helping connect cancer patients in their most difficult time, like build community, right? Where someone who just went through something is able to like share how grateful they feel to be healthy and well, and like provide a path for someone else, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with you. You know, the more we found that the more that we talked about our disease and the more that we were open about it, the more likely we were to find options that really were suitable. So we encourage, you know, our clients at GoinWell to, you know, spread their message, get connected with the community, talk to as many people as possible, learn as much as possible. Usually when you hear something 2, 3, or 4 times, when you ask the same question, you start to really grow that conviction, like this is probably something that I should do.
That's awesome. And like the synergy between what we try to do and our beliefs here is that if something's not unique to you, it's not as big of a problem as it feels. And so it sounds like you're helping people realize that if it's not just you in that position and you're not alone, that ultimately like there are options and a path forward. They might be difficult, they might be challenging. You might need to have, you know, the right people, like Shane said, in key positions to help support you, but you're providing an aspect of that.
Super appreciative to be partnering up with you guys to spread the word. I know I feel wonderful about myself, you know, getting their feedback and, you know, at least giving them a little bit of light in such a dark world. So
you never know, if we can find 1 or 2 people that keep GoinWell in mind when they need it most, we'll know we made an impact on April 6th.